suara gamelan diputar, dan ada wangi-wangian dupa.
Oh, ini pernah pengalaman salah satu dosen.
Gamelan in the middle of the night.
Okay, welcome to Into the Shadows, where we dig into the spine-chilling world of haunted stories and creepy forests. Hello Lupots, I'm Fauzan, your host, and today we're going to having a thrilling lineup of stories that will send shivers down to your spine. Without any further ado, let's go. But before we jump to our first segment, I'm going to introducing our special guest speaker. Here we already with Ditya and Azza. Hello guys.
Halo Pod, I'm Aditya.
Hello, folks. I'm Azza, and we both will be the speaker for today's podcast. We can't wait to share and hear some creepy stories for you, so stay tuned.
Yeah,
Stay tuned,
that's
guys.
great. Very happy to having you guys here. So, how's you today?
I'm actually kind of exciting because this is my first time doing podcast. So yeah, wait for it.
So I'm so
Okay.
happy because we will have a break semester after this, like
Oh,
for
yeah.
an entire
Yeah.
week.
Go to
So
sleep. Okay. Okay. We're just going to straight to our first segment, which is the haunted house. We're going to exploring the scary stories of haunted places and ghostly encounters. In this segment, we're going to asking our speaker about their experience of horror and haunted experience. Do you guys have any creepy stories like at home, schools, or any places like that?
Actually,
Maybe we start from you, yeah.
okay. Can I just
yes,
bring
yes,
first?
you can
Okay.
start first.
So back in my high school era, oh my God, when I back younger, I went to the villa for my general meeting for my organizations, and then I have a job to welcome the participants with the traditional dance, which in Sundanese we call it Jaipongan. And it was held in some villa in Bogor, in the Puncak.
Oh.
And the villa is so big and mesmerizing. It's all cool, but it's all fashion. So yeah, we have a lot of barang antik such as gamelan and some clothes and something kind of shoes.
Vintage.
Yeah, vintage. And from the first the satpam, the petugas, security. Yeah, I'm sorry. The security to us don't touch anything in the first floor because it was secured area. And I already touched something, and then touch just soft touch like
Like a slightly- you just slightly touch the-
touch. And then I going to dancing in the front of the villa.
Yeah.
When I'm dance, it just flows. It's like, oh my God, what is so smooth? Everything was fine, but everything I roll up, I jump, I doing everything, but it was, oh my God, it was so smooth. And then after dancing, I go to the room and I dress up. When I dress up in my room, I have my spirit room. I see two white monkeys.
White monkeys?
Yeah, white monkeys. White monkeys is very very rare.
But it's in the forest, right? I mean,
No,
like Puncak
no.
is up the
No,
hill.
I mean like in
No?
this villa, right? In the room.
In the room, inside the room.
No, my room is facing the lake. Facing the lake. Then there's some tree. What do we call the tree? Something like sawit, something like that.
Palm.
Palm tree. And then it's not make sense when there's a monkey in the palm tree, but there's two of them. And then they are look at me, and I just, where this come from? Like
It's really looking at you in your
yeah,
eyes.
we get eye contact like, oh.
And what are you
Okay.
doing after that?
That's weird.
And I just I don't give any attention to
Response,
them,
yeah.
and I just straight to
You're dressing.
I change my clothes, and then after a day I sleep at the ballroom because my room is already have a lot of things, like clothes or something, and I'm sleeping background. And that ballroom is literally it's so big and have long curtains, but I see one of the sides of the curtain is, moving around,
Moving on
and-
its own.
Yeah, moving on its own, and it's membuka. What's it
Yeah,
called? They
I
open a bit,
Yeah.
and something so up, like literally standing like
There's
Oh my god, a
someone
human.
there.
it's not human probably but it's a woman. It's a woman with a white dress.
Oh, so it's like
Oh,
a
I get
human
ghost, but
look-alike,
actually-
but it's not a human.
I believe that is not human because the face is really red, like bloody red, but the clothes is white.
Oh my god.
Okay, and then I gone sleep. I don't keep anything. I'm gone sleep, and I went back to my home, and I got sick, and something approached me like a woman in a red dress with a face full of what you call belatung, full of worm.
Wait, is that the same woman you see in the room? No.
No, because the clothes is different.
Oh.
Yeah, the clothes is different. And then because I was younger and I talked to my mom and she said, just sleep in my room, sleep with me. And I sleep with my mom. And my mom wake up in the midnight and she also saw her.
The same person?
Yeah, and even she talked to her and the woman, what you call the woman, tell my mom that I kind of like your son. I kind of like your son because the dancing was so interesting.
How can you still sleep at a time?
I sleep because I sleep with my mom.
How old are you at the time?
It's about 15.
Sick.
Yeah, 15, 16, about the first grade of high school.
You're pretty brave back then. I mean, I wouldn't.
No, yeah.
I would
If I'm
be
in
able to
position, I'm
sleep
not
at a
going to
time, and I
able to
saw that
sleep.
woman looking at me.
It's literally standing and smiling at me, and then I got sick, and actually that was terrifying. Like,
Oh.
terrifying. How about you?
Yeah,
I
what
mean-
about you?
I had these stories when I was like 11 or something. I don't really remember because I was like so young. So it was on a like weekend. I live in a village where there's no electricity at day, only at night. So at the weekend, I went to like one of my friend's house. She was so rich. I mean his family, like the richest family in that village, I would say. So I went to her house, and then I actually just, having fun with her, doing a lot of things. And then when I went to like one of her rooms, I went just like walking in his big house, and I was so, I don't know what this called, but I think at the time I don't know what it was. I mean, like I have no idea what ghost is. I don't know like what they look like. I just saw this like a man standing. He didn't look at me actually. He's like, the fence on his eyes like red, peach red. I was like, oh my god, what the hell is that? I mean, like, does she have a family who looks like that? I didn't know what is that. And then when I went back home, I told my mom about that, and she was like, oh my god, you just saw pocong. I just saw pocong, but I didn't have idea. It was like pocong. And then he told me that the pocong actually one of their, oh my god, like peliharaan. I don't know
Oh my
what
god,
it is
that
called
was-
in Indonesia, but like they have these things called peliharaan in their house, so like they can get richer. And I just saw
I
one
have
of their
heard stories of
peliharaan. They
that.
had a lot in the house. I mean, they had a lot in that house. I just like so unfortunately saw one of them, and then like 5 years after, so that their house was actually on fire, and the dad is dead in that fire. And when I heard about that news, I was like, oh my god, what the hell is her? And the girl that I'm like friends with actually now in Jogja, also studying, I don't know, like psychology. I don't know, but not in here. He's like studying psychology in Jogja also. And I was like, I still remember vividly the man who's like standing in like the corner of the room, and also like has like the red in like his eyes. But that's all I can remember. I mean, I
So
still,
the family do something rituals like
yes,
Yeah.
yes, to get all
They
that
have to
money.
sacrifice something to get richer.
Yeah. And FYI, my mom told me that pocong is the highest rank of
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It was
So-
actually so creepy when I remember that time, but I didn't know a lot about it at the time. So I feel like I just saw a man with like strange looking look standing in the corner of the room, but I didn't know that it was actually a ghost and a pocong. If I saw that again right now, I'm gonna faint. Like, it was so creepy, you know. I can't imagine if I saw that in real time right now. Like
Okay.
that's my story. I can still remember that.
What a great
vividly.
story from both of you. Okay, we're going to the next segment.
Okay.
We have a discussion about experience in our daily life, but now we're going to discussing specifically in our faculty. Do you guys have any other experience but related to the faculty of forestry?
I mean, I don't have any like personally creepy stories, but I do hear a lot of my friends' creepy stories, like especially in when we had like,
okay. I heard a
our
lot of
practical
that.
work there back
Yeah.
like for a week, and she actually let's just call her A.
Yeah.
So A is actually a pretty sensitive person. She's like she can't see it, but she can
can
somehow feel it
Ah,
that
yeah.
they're like around her. So the first day she doesn't feel anything, so everything is completely fine. But the first and the second and the third day, she actually smells something that reminded her of Jasmine, but she's not very sure about it. Like I think it's about Jasmine or what I don't know. I think it's Kuminyan. Like could be with that, but she's not sure about it. And then I don't remember which day are we living together with the local people. I mean like fifth and the sixth day maybe. Yes, and the fifth and sixth day at the time,
Oh, yeah.
she was feeling dizzy. Like it was an excessive headache, like a really bad headache. So when she got on the shower, she felt like someone was watching her. But of course, there's no one there. She would just feel like someone was watching her. And after that, she like almost fainted out. So she called the medics and told them that I feel a fever and headache. So she took her, but she didn't get any better.
Oh, so
Like she didn't get any better even after the practical work was done. So after that we had like a 1 week break, right?
Yeah.
And then the entire break she feels sick. The entire week, like, oh my god, I can't feel anything. She just sleep all whole week. So on her last day, her aunt actually visit her because she felt something strange with my friends. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not just like usual. The fever is not like something that we call something that happen to people.
Yeah.
So she took my friends to her like her grandmother places and met one of her uncle who actually can see it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I see.
can see like he had like what we called a sixth
Indigo.
sense.
Sense.
Yeah, a sixth sense, and she felt like, do you did something wrong
yeah.
at the place, and like did your friends did something wrong because actually something like you know
Following.
come with her
Oh, okay.
even after like she come home.
Yeah, I know.
And
I know what
actually
you feel.
my other friends she can actually see it, like she has a sixth sense. One of our friends
Yeah.
who actually went with the practical work, she said that she saw a dancer, like a traditional dancer in that place.
Then so.
So they were actually in the same place. So we will like live in like different places, right? So we will like stay in the different places. And my friends who actually sick and the one who can see it actually lives in the same place. And she said in that place there was a traditional dancer who's still dancing.
Like story in Kakak Indonesia Penari.
And I
Yeah.
guess something similar to it maybe. But I think I don't really want to ask her more further because I think I might like getting a little bit creeped out if I ask her more further about what
Yeah.
happened there.
It was terrifying when you get followed by something. You know, actually the ghost one visit it make you really sick without knowing
Yeah.
that what illness you actually had.
Yeah.
Like yeah. And the right action is calling the dukun. Or kiai or
Yes, maybe that right action. But the good stories from this, actually don't do anything bad.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's not just influence
Even-
you, but the people around you, especially people who is
Exactly.
sensitive with that, they like
Exactly.
get affected so easily. So don't do anything bad there.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah, even
essentially.
just taking a small pieces of
Yes.
something at that place, if you take it with you to your home, it will
Oh,
follow
yeah.
you. I have heard something like that. Okay, what about you?
Maybe you guys, all of you guys already heard that our parking lot.
Our
Our parking lot are
lot.
haunted, and a lot of people say that they saw a woman, nearby the arboretum, and I literally not believe that thing. Like it was it's so fine. A lot of people parking there, and But one time after organizational meeting, it's about 9 or almost 10. It's almost 10 in the night. I went to the parking lot for accompanying my friends. No, because I'm not taking my motorcycle here. So yeah, accompanying my friends, and she just take their motorcycle and it's waiting in the the gates of arboretum.
Yeah.
And I standing there, and I exactly know that there's someone approaching me, but what you call in jongkok, and that was a woman, that's what we the dirty woman, like really dirty with a mud all on her face, and the clothes is it's white but dirty, so it's kind of broken white and
Yeah.
I can imagine.
lecek okay, and I saw her. I literally get eye contact, like I get a gasp out and she just staring at me and smile, literally smiling with jongkok like. Hey.
She's not coming to you.
No.
She's just like jongkok there and like staring at you.
Yeah, staring at you. She smiled and I just
You smile.
I get stunned, like I freezing. And then my friends come at me, riding her motorcycle, and I get her lights of motorcycle, and she's gone. Like, where the hell are you? Am I just hallucinating or what? But after that day, I avoiding to come to parking lots at night because it's always there. It's always there.
How can you not screaming? I'm
Because
like,
I was
it's something
freezing. I was.
staring at you
But
like that. When
I also
smiling.
heard the same story like that.
I've never heard
There's
it,
a lot
actually.
of my friends telling that it's the same as you described. Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
old woman, short. I don't know. He don't have a foot or just
Yeah.
jump up. I don't know, but it's the same as you described.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's actually not her jongkok, but something.
I don't know, but I just see her like 3 or 5 feet. 3 feet.
Oh my god, that's so creepy. I wouldn't go there that night. I mean, like, I better go home.
Yeah, you better be parking somewhere else.
I better go home with Gojek then.
Okay, that's a great story. I get a new horror story inside of our faculty. Okay, before we get into our third segment, which is we're going to telling our audience about the stories from our friends, we're going to having a break session
Oh,
for like
okay.
10 minutes. So yeah.
See you
See you
guys later,
later.
guys.
Okay, we're back with our speaker. So in this segment, we're going to sharing the stories from our friend who have submit their crazy and creepy experience in the form. Yeah, there's a lot of story, but we choose 3 the best. I mean, like the most interesting. Yeah, we will deliver this story in Bahasa Indonesia. Okay, there is the first story from our friend named Inces. I'm going to reading the story. Waktu SMP saya pernah tinggal. Wait.
Oh my god.
It's just some electrical problem. Yeah, it's usually happening in the studio, but it's okay. We're going to continue to.
Yeah, I get the vibes.
Waktu SMP saya pernah ditinggal di rumah sendirian malam-malam karena kakek dan nenek saya pergi ibadah malam. Seperti biasa saya mendekam di kamar dengan pintu terkunci karena pada dasarnya saya paranoid. Saya di kamar seperti biasa menggambar di atas kasur. Saya nggak ada pikiran apa-apa karena emang saya belum pernah mengalami kejadian aneh di rumah ini. Ketika saya sedang fokus menggambar, saya bersumpah tiba-tiba ada suara langkah kaki yang cepat seperti berlari. Suaranya awalnya hanya samar tapi terdengar jelas dan keras tepat di depan kamar saya, lalu menghilang seperti suara ambulans. Suara langkah kaki itu berat, persis seperti suara langkah kaki kakek saya. Tapi masalahnya, kakek saya sedang di luar dan sudah tidak bisa berlari secepat itu. Oh.
It's getting creepy.
Saya langsung shock, gak bergerak saking kagetnya. Pikiran saya berkecamuk dan badan saya panas dingin. Saya takut banget, sendirian di rumah, kakek dan nenek masih di luar, gak tahu mau ngapain. Yang akhirnya saya lakukan hanya bergerak tanpa suara karena ada pikiran kalau suara itu dari maling. Ya, kalau even if I'm on the same position, I'm just going
I'm
to
just gonna
think
like
just a
stand
robber.
still, like I'm not doing anything.
Ya. Setelah beberapa lama, kakek dan nenek saya akhirnya pulang dan tentu saja langsung saya ceritakan kejadian tadi. Tapi namanya orang tua gak ada yang percaya dan hanya mengatakan kalau itu hanya suara lain. Ya sudah, karena gak ada rekaman apapun waktu kejadian, akhirnya saya cuma jadikan sekedar cerita horor untuk diceritakan saja sampai sekarang. Kejadian ini ternyata jadi salah satu dari beberapa kejadian aneh yang saya alami di rumah ini.
Oh, so the ghost is
Yeah.
the host is the problem.
Yeah.
I think.
Started off
Okay,
the hunter.
going to the
Okay.
next story. Maybe Ditya?
we have another story from our friends named Pacul. Okay, Pacul. So Pacul say that aku mau ceritain tentang pengalaman salah satu dosen ketika berkegiatan di lapangan. Oh ya, it's kind of reasonable. Jadi saat beliau ini sama beberapa rekannya untuk menggarap sebuah proyek, beliau tidur di suatu rumah 2 tingkat. Lantai bawah untuk perempuan dan lantai atas untuk laki-laki. Katanya lantai bawah lebih nyaman daripada lantai atas. Suatu hari ketika kelelahan setelah beraktivitas, beliau beristirahat dan tidur kira-kira jam 3 sore dan bangun sekitar jam setengah 6. That was not the right time. Pada saat bangun, dia langsung ke kamar mandi dan kaget melihat ada sosok menunduk berambut panjang dan berkuku panjang. Bukannya kaget, tapi beliau dengan santai keluar dari rumah tersebut dan menghampiri
How
teman
could-
laki-laki yang ada
how
di
could he
luar,
not get shot?
lalu menyuruh temannya untuk tidur di bawah. Oh, okay.
I mean, maybe he was like experiencing something.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
it's not
okay.
his first
Yeah,
time,
it's not
right?
the first time, so it's
And
like
then-
chill, man.
Sementara itu beliau tidur di lantai atas. Pada keesokan paginya, teman beliau yang laki-laki ini panas tinggi dan menceritakan semua kejadian yang dialami selama 1 malam dia tidur di lantai bawah. Sontak, beliau dosennya ini tertawa terbahak-bahak. That was bad. Tertawa terbahak-bahak mendengar cerita temannya. Temannya menceritakan bahwa melihat suatu makhluk yang ciri-cirinya sama persis ketika beliau melihat makhluk dengan rambut dan kuku panjang yang ia lihat kemarin. What?
Are we going? No, I hope not.
I don't know because
Maybe it's right that it's not his first time seeing that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like he's like a lecturer.
That's why he laughed after he know that his
Yeah,
friends
it's
say
Yeah.
the same thing, right?
But I kinda questioning who is evil. The ghost or that docent who trapped
He's
his
just like
friend
chilling. Look at something so strange like that. Like, oh my
and
god.
let his friend being the victims. Okay, that was funny.
Okay, we have the last stories from our friend Dia that will be delivered with our friend Aiza.
So, I'm gonna read it in Indonesia. Dari semua kejadian horor yang pernah aku alami, ini yang paling mengerikan buat aku. Kejadian ini bermula dari aku mengikuti makrab dari salah satu UKM yang pernah aku coba untuk ikuti. Dan karena kejadian ini, aku tidak melanjutkan kegiatan di UKM ini. Oh my god, it's gonna be
This is a very
like,
big impact for her
yeah,
life.
it's gonna be interesting. Oh my
Okay.
god. Sebelum puncak dari makrab ini, semua berjalan normal dan baik-baik saja. Malam puncaknya dimulai jam 23.30. Oh my god, it's like almost
Yeah,
midnight.
almost midnight.
Keanehan mulai terjadi saat mataku ditutup, suara gamelan diputar, dan ada wangi-wangian dupa.
Oh,
Why you can
going on?
like gamelan in the middle of the night?
Oh, I
so
think it's like
weird.
a art or something organization in
Like
art.
tradition?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
tradition like that.
A weird tradition.
I know.
Mungkin sekitar 30 menit setelah kegiatan dimulai, saat itu badanku, tepatnya bahuku mulai bergerak mengikuti alunan musik gamelan.
Oh,
Like, are she gonna be like possessed?
Wait, this. No, you just continue.
Kupikir ini hal yang normal dan terjadi pada semuanya. Ternyata aku salah, dan bagian terseramnya bermula dari situ. Badanku terus bergerak mengikuti alunan musik gamelan, namun masih bisa aku kuasai. Namun, makin lama, badanku tidak dapat aku kontrol dan mulai bergerak sendiri. Yes,
That was
she's
possessed.
possessed. Oh my god. Saat itu, aku baru sadar kalau ada yang janggal terjadi padaku. Saat aku mulai hilang kendali atas tubuhku, barulah tutup mataku dilepas oleh panitia dan mereka mencoba menenangkanku di pinggir lapangan. Oh, aku juga mencoba untuk menenangkan diri sendiri dan berpikiran positif, serta terus menghafalkan doa Bapak kami. Setelah keadaanku kembali kondusif, aku pikir sudah selesai. Sayangnya, saat aku kembali berdiri dan mencoba jalan, tubuhku seolah-olah tertarik ke arah hutan yang ada dekat lapangan kami makrab, dan dari situlah aku mulai kehilangan kontrol penuh pada tubuhku. In
That
the
was
middle of a
terrifying.
forest, like in the forest, she got possessed in the forest. Oh my god.
The thing just take the control of her body.
Yes.
Wow.
Aku mulai memberontak di atas tanah dan panitia berusaha menenangkan aku. Mereka mencoba membawaku ke tempat yang lebih tenang agar tidak mengganggu kegiatan yang sedang berlangsung. Namun, aku tidak dapat berpindah posisi jauh dikarenakan yang berada di dalam tubuhku memiliki tenaga yang sangat besar.
I got it.
Waktu itu, aku dibantu oleh panitia yang beragama Katolik untuk terus menuntunku berdoa dan menyebut nama Tuhan. Hal itu masih bisa aku lakukan walau tubuhku di luar pengendalianku. Kalau tidak salah, ingat ada sekitar 6-10 orang yang mencoba menahanku waktu itu. What the hell is possessor? Like a beast? 6-10 orang. Saat itu, aku sampai melukai beberapa orang yang mencoba membantuku untuk mengeluarkan setan yang ada di dalam tubuhku. Aku meludahi orang, mencakar, bahkan menendang orang-orang sampai terlempar. What? Ada saat dimana dia menertawakan mereka karena tidak berhasil mengeluarkan dia dari tubuhku. Oh my god, so the ghost is laughing at them who like
Yeah,
trying
because-
to get her out.
Because they are too weak for her.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Terus keadaanku sempat membaik, namun hanya sebentar saja karena setelah aku berdiri, tiba-tiba saja aku mengambil posisi kuda-kuda seorang penari dan mulai menari. Saat itu aku sangat terkejut karena aku berasal dari luar Pulau Jawa dan selalu kagum dengan tarian Jawa. Gerakan tangan yang aku rasakan sangatlah halus, lembut dan lentik. Sepanjang kejadian itu, aku terus menangis, meminta tolong agar dibantu, memanggil kedua orang tuaku dan keluargaku. Kejadian itu berlangsung sangat lama sampai dini hari, sekitar jam 3.30 atau jam 4.
Those things.
4 hours. Oh my god, she pauses for 4 hours. Setelah aku kembali menguasai tubuhku sepenuhnya, rasa capek dan lelahnya sangat luar biasa. Tenagaku seperti hilang entah kemana, dan berselang beberapa hari setelah kejadian itu, aku baru ingat kalau saat kondisi mataku masih tertutup, aku sempat melihat ada gambaran reog atau seperti wajah reog di depanku, dan aku menundukkan kepala dan menyatukan keningku ke kepala itu.
That was terrifying.
How
Like,
can she do that? Hal itu cukup mengganggu pikiranku selama beberapa hari. Dan setelah kejadian itu, aku juga cukup takut untuk mendengarkan suara gamelan. Man, I'm
that's
gonna
what
be like,
makes sense.
That's
I
when
was-
it started.
Yeah, I will never dance again.
Wait,
like 4 hours
this is
to
the
get
third
processed.
story that related to dancing, right?
Yeah.
So if you wanna have a horror experience, start dancing. No, I'm just joking. Okay, just go back to the story. Oh,
As
it's
a
not
horror
The
related.
story is done, by the way.
Okay.
It's already. Yeah.
Yeah, since that's the last story of our episode this time, yeah, I want to give a thanks to both of you for coming to this
Yes.
episode.
Thank
Very
you.
happy to having you guys here, and yeah, I got a lot of very nice story from you guys. And yeah, what are you feeling about this episode? Like we have discussing some horror experiencing in faculty forestry and our daily life, and also from the audience.
For me, it was interesting. Like I have heard a lot of horror story, but the one that's having is in our faculty, which is nearby us and could be relatable. It was so confusing between excited or I just, horrifying. Like I actually scared to going to parking lot and to traveling with those, and I I afraid I'm getting trapped by his friend.
But actually, kind of like I feel a bit scared about the dancing part. The dancer. I mean, to know like two similar stories about dancing and
Yeah.
like what's going on. I mean, it's pretty scary to to see a dancer in.
Oh,
I mean, like you're gonna
yeah.
spend a lot of time there,
Mm.
and I mean, like seeing a dancing, like I don't know, I'm just like a bit scared of that right now, and feeling like a bit. Oh my god, there's a lot happening around me, but I didn't know anything about that. No?
As a former traditional dance, I always told by my master to praying and respect our ancestor, yeah, so they can keep us safe. That's the
Okay.
tip.
Okay, that's great. Once again, I want to deliver a thanks to both of you for assisting me in this episode. So yeah, our friends, see you again in the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for today.
Thank you.